But guys, I'm so fired up just coming off of that teammate spotlight. Shout out again to Latrice for doing a fantastic job. Newly securities license, helping clients and all that good stuff. And Auntie out here really starting to reap some of the harvest of the seeds that you've sown in the past and stuff like that. And so we're super excited for you guys. And now what I want to do tonight, I want to give us, the second part of our training that we talked about. What I'm going to do real quick, guys, is I'm going to post in the chat um, a sheet that I want you to use tonight with me on the training. It is a debt sheet for the sample client. Now, this is a made up client. I said it last week, Miss Teresa McIntosh. I'm putting it in the chat. Yep, just upload this a PDF file. If you can grab that, you'll need that when we go through what we're going to touch on tonight. So just go ahead and get that PDF downloaded and all that good stuff, and we'll use that for tonight. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. We'll do a quick recap. Again, we're in this business series talking about business tools and resources, things that we all or most of us have access to, right? So we talked about B Dollar Smart last week, right? Teammates, has anybody been using B Dollar Smart? Anybody used it since last Tuesday other than me? Anybody used it? Hey, Auntie, I see your
I did
hands.
a practice, but I couldn't find the data.
You could not find the data. Okay. All right. What we'll do, if you have questions about it, let's get together one-on-one and we'll make sure that you know where to find things and stuff like that. Latrice, I'm gonna add you to B Dollar Smart. I'm gonna add you to it. All right, talk to us, man. You got a question or a comment? Or are you saying that you used it?
It's a question, Nick. I want to see if you can put in there or send me a link on how to access the B dollar um tool. Because
Okay.
I couldn't find it yesterday, so I don't know if you can send me some info on it.
Yeah, I'll send you the invite link. I'll send it over to I'll send it to you over again. And
All right,
so
thanks.
yeah, no problem. And so man, B Dollar Smart is good. I've been running appointments with Rochelle field training. He know at the end of every first appointment. I don't know hey Ro, what I'm telling him. I'm telling am I using the script, bro? If you're my am I saying, hey, we got a strategic partner? Am I doing it, man?
Yes, sir. You on it. Hey, you hitting it on the head too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, every single appointment, Auntie, I'm like doing it, hey, and I'm sending it to them, and they're completing it. I'm telling them, hey, the link is only good for 12 hours and stuff like that. They're doing the survey, Sean. They complete the deal. And that's gonna set us up for when we do the follow-up with them and all that good stuff, right? And so so we did beat out smart. Just a quick recap, teammates. Quick recap. We said, hey, beat out smart. When do you want to use it? At the end of the first appointment. That's what I've been doing on all the field training appointments, even my personal appointments. Well, when you schedule an appointment with a prospect from a financial workshop, I do that too. I encourage you to do that, meaning that you've done a financial workshop, you're following up to schedule the appointment with the person for the financial workshop. While you're on the phone, send them the Be Dollar Smart link and tell them to fill that out before y'all meet for the appointment that you schedule with them. And then when you're scheduling an appointment with a client to do an annual review, it's a good way to just check up on them and see if they got anything that's floating out there that needs to be addressed. All right. And so again, we talked about where to find things once you sign on, send that checkup. This is what the page looks like. Of course, we got our fictitious client, our Teresa McIntosh. She's our favorite made-up client, guys. And so now what we want to do, and this is what it looks like. You do the once she fills it out, you'll get an opportunity to see the results of her financial survey and all that good stuff. Now, this is only for people who are field trainers, independent producers, and things like that, or field trainers in training. We'll give you access to this if you're at the place where you're independent and all that good stuff. All right. And so now what we want to do, and I know you guys have been waiting on this, we're going to talk about the financial needs analysis debt elimination tool. So what I need everybody to do, I need you to go on to Primerica Online, whether you're on your computer, your tablet, your phone. Just hang with me. Log into POL. Log into Primerica Online so you can follow along with this. Not the app view. I need you to go onto the web page view of Primerica Online. There's a difference between the app, view and menu, and then you have the actual Primerica Online webpage. I mean, you want to go there because that's where you're going to be able to access what we're talking about this evening. All right.
Is that desktop view?
Say that again.
If you sign in, like if you're signing in from your phone, is that desktop view?
You said if you sign in from your phone, babe, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
Yes,
I said,
it's the desktop
talking
view.
about desktop view. That's what they actually call it. Primerica calls it desktop view.
Desktop view. That's it. Go to the desktop view. Got it. And so, yeah. So when you sign in, this is what you should be seeing. You should be seeing a page that looks like this, right? So you go into that desktop view, see a page look like this. So what you're gonna do is once you're at the desktop view, you're gonna click on that link right there that says Turbo Apps, right beside Primerica app. Don't click on the Primerica app. Click on the link that says Turbo Apps. So you click on that link that says Turbo Apps, all right? And then once you click on Turbo Apps, you're gonna see something that looks like this. This is what the page will look like. It might give you some different things to click through in order to get to it, but ultimately you're gonna land here, right? So now what you wanna do is you wanna click that button that says Add New Client. You click that, and then it's gonna take you to a screen that kind of looks like this, right? And so what you wanna do is you wanna add in the client's information. And so you're gonna add in, all you gotta do is add in Teresa McIntosh is the primary info. You don't have to put in an email or a cell phone, nothing like that. You just put in the client's first name and last name. So do this with me, man. Just put in Teresa McIntosh. She could be your made up client as well. It's all good. Put in Teresa McIntosh and then click that button that says add right here. And that adds her to the deal. That adds her to your contacts, right? And so now that you've done that, what I'm going to do, now that you added her, now you can click where it says F&A up there at the top. Click that F&A up at the top. And that's going to take you into the financial needs analysis tool. That's where it's going to take you. All right. Everybody there, you in the financial needs analysis tool? Okay. All right, perfect. Is anybody lost? Anybody saying, Nick, where you at? I need help. I'm kind of lost on this deal. Okay, everybody should be in that deal. All right. And so, okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. And then what we're going to do, we're going to build Teresa's debt elimination plan together. All right. Now, this works out if you got multiple screens hooked up. Like, I know some of y'all got 2-3 screens set up, and you can watch me and what's on my screen, and you can also play with your screen, all that good stuff. If you like me, man, you just got to toggle back and forth. Folks on the phone, I'm sorry. It's just going to be what it is, right? All right, talk to us, man. You got a question or a comment?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you, brother.
My question is, before you get into the training, when do you use this paper format versus the virtual one that each client gets on their own Primerica app as a client?
That's a great question. I do this when I'm trying to personally I really only use this for the debt elimination thing. I just use this when I'm trying to personally work with the client instead of giving them, hey, you go in there and you enter it in and stuff like that. You could do either one. This is something that I do for them just to walk them through it. And then I'll tell them, hey, you actually have access to this on your Primerica app, but it allows me to control it, the input of things and stuff like that, and to be able to run scenarios for them and stuff like that. It just gives me more control as the agent. So when I'm building it for the first time, I like to do it, especially for somebody who they have a lot of debt, which you guys are looking at. Hopefully, if you've opened up this PDF for Teresa McIntosh, she's got quite a bit of debt. And so, and then as you'll see, is that there's questions that you ask and ways to put things in that will be able to assist in putting together a thorough plan, a thorough debt elimination, debt stacking plan for.
So it's mainly kind of like just to create value for them in the first appointments kind of deal?
Yeah, it is most definitely a way to create value, but at the same time, also coaching them through it.
Gotcha.
And showing them some things, some key things that they may, some people are very intuitive and savvy when it comes to technology. Some people are not. And then some people, you tell them and you show them, they might not ever even get around to doing it. And so, but yeah, I just like doing it this way. That way I'm kind of in the driver's seat and I'm ready to, and I'm able to click back and forth and see things. Did that answer your question, Omar?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And so, great question though. And so what I do want you to see, so you should see personal info. That's the first tab under Turbo Apps. What you want to do is you want to put in the client's date of birth. Matter of fact, it's going to make you put in the client's date of birth, right? Because that's going to be a factor on the debt elimination deal as well. So this is the date of birth that we got for Teresa, February 5th, 1982. So she's 44 years old. Her son, I didn't put her son's information, even though it's not required. I just put Matthew McIntosh. He's May 15th, 2014, right? So that's that, right? So now, once you put in personal information, you don't have to go through all these tabs or anything like that. What you do is you can click on the debt resolution tab. Y'all see that tab that says debt resolution? Click on that. So when you click on debt resolution, let me know if everybody's there. Give me a thumbs up if you're there. Everybody thumbs, hold on, let me unshare. I can't see y'all. Okay, y'all good, okay. Is anybody not there and you like need some help? You need somebody come rescue you. All right.
Nick, excuse me, could you give me her date of birth again?
Yes, ma'am. Let me go back to it. It is February the 5th, 1982. Yep.
Thank
February
you.
the 5th. Yep, 1982. You're welcome. All right. So debt resolution. So if you look at this screen, guys, the way that Primerica has this laid out is the top debt. See, they're separating out the debts. The top debt is the mortgage. So if a client has a mortgage, their mortgage information goes here, right? Mortgage information goes here. And then all the consumer debt, like credit cards, student loans, personal loans, car loans, it all goes down here where it says second mortgage and consumer debt. Because some people might have a second mortgage or something like that. That goes down here along with all the credit card debt and other consumer debt. That goes in this half right here. Now, so let's look at this. So what you do, and if you have the PDF sheet, you know, they want you to put the debt name. They want you to put what the current balance is of the debt. And these things that have stars inside them, they're required, guys. You got to do that. And then it wants you to put principal and interest payment. Now, that, guys, that's different from a person's overall mortgage payment. As y'all know, a lot of people, they got escrow included in their mortgage payment. You're not looking for the full payment, including escrow. You're only looking for the principal and interest portion of the mortgage payment. That's what you put in. Right there. And then if they're paying any additional money each month towards their mortgage, you put that there, and then you put the interest rate. All right. And so the mortgage is Rocket Mortgage. Let's put that there. Mortgage. The balance of that debt is $207,907, right? Her principal and interest payment is $1,041.32. Now, this is interesting, guys. When you're putting in the balance of a client's debt, it will not let you put in decimals, right? You have to round up or whatever, or keep it where it is. But they will allow you to put in cents and decimals when you do the payments, all right? And so she's not paying anything extra on her mortgage. Her interest rate is 4%. Everybody see that? Everybody got that? So we got that. All right, perfect. And then you have these buttons over here. You want to include this in the analysis. You want to accelerate the payment. So there is a way that, hey, man, if you don't want to include something in this debt elimination analysis, you could always uncheck it, right? And it won't show up in the debt elimination solution, right? But of course, we want to keep this, and also we want to accelerate that, all right? So now let's go down to the consumer debt. So next debt is car loan, right? The balance on that car loan, teammates, is $26,481. That's Teresa's car loan balance. What's she paying each month? Anybody see that? Can anybody tell me what is she paying each month for her car loan?
$455.
Yep, $455, right? And then somebody else besides Latrice, what's her interest rate on her car loan?
Percent.
Yep,
4%.
4%. Uh-huh. And then that payment type, is it revolving or is it fixed?
Fixed.
It's fixed, right? Car loans be fixed, right? And we're going to include that in the analysis. All right, great. We got the car loan information in there. And then all we do is just click that add debt and it'll put another box in there. That easy. And then she's got a debt consolidation loan. Loan. Man, I spelled that all wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get it right now. There we go. What she got in the debt consolidation? Man, $7,449 debt consolidation. Her monthly payment for that is $142.17. Her interest rate. No, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. She paying a little bit extra on that debt consolidation loan. Y'all see that? So what do? You put $100 there, right? And so, guys, when you're going through this with a client, you say, hey, what's the balance? Okay, what's the next debt in line? Oh, I got a debt consolidation loan. Okay, what's the balance on that? $7,449. Okay, what is your payment each month? What are they asking you to pay each month? They ask me to pay $142.17. Do you pay anything extra? Yes, I do. Okay, how much do you normally pay extra each month? Now, sometimes clients are like, it varies. Sometimes I pay, $150. Sometimes I'm paying $75. Well, what do you pay on average? What is it? Okay, it's about $100. So that's how you got to go through those questions and ask them, right? So she says, hey, she's paying about $100 extra. That debt consolidation loan is not revolving, it's fixed, right? Then we go to credit card. So she's got a Bank of America Unlimited credit card. All right, guys, what is the balance on her Bank of America credit card? Somebody give it to me.
$13,838.
Man, oh man. $13,038. She's paying $224 a month for that. She's paying a little bit extra on that deal too. $150 a month going extra. Got that. And then teammates, what's her interest rate? I didn't put an interest rate on the debt consolidation. I'm sorry about that. Interest rate was 17%. What's her interest?
17%.
Yep, that's it. 17%. Now this one is revolving. It's a credit card, so it's revolving, right? And so add it in there. All right. Does everybody else keep it up? I know Auntie Latrice and Mom are in there. Everybody else got it? Everybody else keep it up? Y'all good? Are y'all typing it in on your POL?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, fantastic. All right, next debt in line. Teammates, what's the next credit card that's listed in line?
Capital One Venture.
All right, she got the Capital One. What's in your wallet? Well, we know what's in her wallet. Got that Capital One Venture credit card. All right, we see you, Teresa. Balance is $93.23, right? Monthly payment $176.08. And a little bit extra every month on that one. She paying $100 extra. Guys, what is the interest rate on her Capital One card?
28%.
28%. Oh,
I got a message after this one. It won't let me add anymore.
oh,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
message. I got that
So
message.
this is good. So this is good, guys. So what ends up happening is that, man, sometimes, the way that the computer generates it, and this just goes to show you how crazy this is and how credit card companies do people. Can somebody read that message? What is that message telling you?
The minimum required payment for Capital One Venture credit card must be equal to or greater than $219.54 for the debt to pay off at some point in the future. If the payment entered is what the client is paying, you can still include the debt in the F&A. However, you will need to unselect the include an analysis option.
So what that's basically saying is that based on what this client is paying and the interest rate that they're going to be in charge on this balance, they'll never pay that debt off.
Mm.
It's impossible for them to pay it off. But this is what clients really be paying, y'all. They really be paying this, but they don't know. But the computer is basically doing the math behind the scenes and saying, wait a minute. And if this is real and they're having 28% on this debt, they need to be paying instead of 176.08, they need to be paying 219.54. 219.54. So what you can do, this is what you can do, is you can modify the interest rate a little bit. Hold on a second. Let's see if this 22% will allow us to do it. Yeah, 22% though. Let me see if 23% will work. Yeah, 23% will work. So we can put it at 23%, something like that. Right. So that'll work. All right. So you can modify. So that way we just kind of keep the numbers the same and all that good stuff. Right. Even though we know that that the interest rate is a little bit higher. So we can adjust that. All right. So we got that. Now the next one in line, she does a little bit of traveling, and she and her son, they fly Southwest. So she's like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Southwest credit card and accrue some points and stuff like that. And so, yep, they got that. She's got $6,096 on her Chase Southwest credit card. Monthly payment is $259.06. Doesn't pay anything extra on that. The interest rate on this bad boy is 27%. Right? Same thing here. Hold on.
Nick, you're gonna have to make it 22%. That allowed me to move forward.
Yeah, they didn't like that 23. All right, I got it.
23 is a no.
Yeah, but 23.
Yeah, are we
that's
talking
yeah.
about, I'm sorry, are we talking about Capital One Venture credit
Yep.
card?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
she's,
change that
it says that she's
28%.
making an additional payment of 100. Can we just add the 100 to the minimum monthly payment?
No, I want to use that 100 because you'll be able to
Okay,
see what it's going to do. Yeah, we're going to
okay.
use that 100.
Awesome, awesome.
Another way.
Okay.
But can I would probably look at it more than one way though, right? Because that interest rate is a big deal, right? And if these people are paying less than what they can actually, their credit card statements should be telling them that too. I think after the Obama era, they have to tell you certain information on your credit card statement.
Well, let's look at it and see what it does, and we'll come back to it because it's going to work itself out. So we got the city credit card, which is $47.82, and then you got the monthly payment on that is $124.72. And then not paying anything extra on that one, but the interest rate on that one is 29%, right? Then we have the Discover credit card. And that one, the balance on that is $83.10. Monthly payment is $307. Paying an extra $75 a month on that. And then the interest rate is 17%. And then we have a Lowe's credit card, right? Balance on that is $32.97. And then the monthly payment is $288.09. And then the interest on that is 31%. All right. Now that's it on that one. That's all we got. I just wanted to make sure they were going to take that one. Yeah, we're going to delete that last one that I was doing. Okay, got it. All right. So let me know if everybody has all the debts and interest rates and additional payments and all that type of stuff. Everybody have all that stuff entered in?
I'm still working. I have one more to type in.
Okay, no problem. And so, Mom, while you're doing that, so the cool thing is that once everything is done, teammates, you are able to see the total amount of debt that this client has, what Teresa has. In consumer debt alone, how much total consumer debt does she have? Somebody come off mute and tell me.
79,576.
Yep, $79,576 in total consumer debt. She's paying $1,976 a month just in consumer debt payments alone. And she's paying an additional $425 a month towards her consumer debts. And her weighted interest rate, once you factor in all these interest rates, her weighted interest rate is 15.327%. That is her weighted interest rate on all of her consumer debt. Now, once you do total debts, including the mortgage, this is her total debt right here, all debts included. $287,484 in total debt. She's paying $3,017 a month just in debt payments. And she's putting in, of course, an additional $425 weighted interest rate once you factor in the mortgage, because that interest rate lower is 7.13%. This is her debt elimination strategy. Let me tell you something, teammates. This is a situation that you might find a decent amount of clients in, that they are swimming in their consumer debt. They're just paying on it. They pay an extra here and there. They have no clue on how to go about it, what to do, how to do it, and all of that good stuff. They're not sure or anything like that. And they are like, man, like I'm just hoping that someday I'm gonna be able to pay this debt off, right? But they don't know when their debt freedom date will be until you show up and you're able to do something like this for them, right? And again, when you do the $B Smart deal, they'll be able to check off if they got a lot of these debts and stuff like that. And you'll say, hey, this person might be a good candidate for a debt stacking, debt elimination, debt resolution, right? And so what I want you to do now, you get up to the top and y'all want you to click this button that says results. Click that. And so I want y'all to see this. This is what comes up in results. It says, if Teresa continues to pay her debts, how she's paying them now. When will she pay that debt off? It's going to be December 2114. Yes, that's real. She'll be 132 years old. So if she dies, that means that she's going to be reborn. She's going to still have some debt to pay off if she comes back.
That
Right.
Capital One card.
So that 88 years, 9 months is her projected payoff. If she filed this debt stacking solution, she'll be paid off in 2035. That's age 53. That's in 8 years and 11 months. Guys, this is including her mortgage. This is including her mortgage. That's 79 years, 10 months sooner. That's saving her $145,000 in interest alone, right? This is what I want you to see. Let's say that her, hey, Sean, let's just say that she wanted to retire at age 67. It says, don't stop there. Once you pay off all your debts at age 53, consider investing the $3,442 you were spending towards debt each month. If she did that, she would provide herself an additional $1,060,000 by the time she turned age 67. Now, is that powerful? Is that powerful? That's super powerful, right? Now, you can also change her retirement age if you want to retire at age 62 or 65. Y'all get what I'm saying. And it'll show what that is. Now, let's look at the details. This is where the cool stuff is. It says your proposed debt payoff program. If you add no additional debt and make the same monthly payments each month using the debt stacking method, your debts will be paid off at age 53. You can avoid paying the $145,000 in interest costs. What are the debt stacking steps? Commit to adding no additional debt and making the same monthly payments of $3,442 until your debts are paid off. Now, let me stop right there. Sometimes, this is what I do. I'll ask a client, now, if these are all your credit cards, I want you to choose a credit card that you want to still use. Because I know that you might want to travel. There might be some things that you use your credit card, like you need a credit card for. Whatever that credit card is, we're going to take that one out of the analysis. Are y'all with me on that? And so that way they still have that, but we'll keep everything else in, right? And so this is the strategic way that the computer generates of how they need to pay off their debt. Take the lows first. But instead of spreading that $425 that they're paying additional all around, we're just going to accelerate this Lowe's credit card with that $425. So instead of her payment being $288, once you add that $425, her new monthly payment for the Lowe's, Sean, is going to be $713.09. If she does that, she'll get that bad boy knocked out by August of this year. Then we don't stop there. We take that $713 that she was paying on the Lowe's, once that's paid off in August, and then we accelerate the Chase Southwest credit card. And instead of her paying $259 there, now you add the $713 there. Her new payment on the Chase Southwest card is $972.15 a month. She'll knock that out by March of next year. Then you take that $972 and add that to the city monthly payment of $124.72. That new payment is $1,096. That'll be paid off by August next year. Do y'all see how she's knocking these debts out? This is debt stack. Now this takes discipline, but it works. Now I'll tell you this: she may get out of debt a month or two sooner or a month or two later, but that projected debt freedom date of February 2035 is pretty spot on if she follows this plan. And this is including the mortgage. The mortgage is typically the last thing on the list, but this is including the mortgage, guys. Including the mortgage. And I'm telling you right now, man, this is a game changer for clients, because some of our clients, they're drowning in debt. They don't have a clue of how to get out of it. They don't know a plan. They don't know any kind of rhyme or reason. They may have heard of a debt stacking or a snowball method, whatever you want to call it, but they've never seen it displayed in this fashion. They've never seen it displayed in this fashion. And this is a cool thing that we can do for clients. Now check this out. You do this, a client might be like, Sean, can you send this to me? Yes, you can. You can most definitely send it to them. All you got to do is you go up here. This is how you generate a PDF. You click print, and it'll pull up all these things. What you want to do is you uncheck all of these options right here. Uncheck all of those. And then these down here, you uncheck those. And then the two debt options you want to use is debt resolution results and debt resolution details. Those are the two debt elimination pages that you want to include. Debt resolution results and debt resolution details. Those two. Then you do print preview, and this is what it generates. Hopefully you guys can still see this when it comes up. Can y'all see the PDF that generated? Okay, great. So it says financial needs analysis, proper protection, debt freedom. Who is prepared for it? Teresa McIntosh. She lives at 2300 Jackson Street. Y'all remember that song? 2300 Jackson Street. Yeah, man. All right, it'll have your information in there, and then guess what? This is what it looks like. Your goal is to get out of debt sooner. You're one step away. What we just showed her on the screen. This is it. It gives the whole thing. The whole thing. And then it gives the debt stacking details. And you can save this and you can email this to your clients. You can save it and email it to your clients. Now, some of your clients, well, before I do anything, I want to see if anybody has any questions about that, what I just showed you. Anybody have any questions?
I'm sorry, Nick. Go back to, where did you use the print in the upper right corner? Mine's just taking a while. It's just slow. Okay,
Okay,
I see it. I see it. Okay, I got it.
It thinks a little bit. It takes a minute
Yeah,
for it to,
I got it.
to come up. Okay,
Thank
all right.
you. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no problem. No problem at all. But guys, it's a powerful tool. We haven't used it in a long time, but what I was finding is that in this era, man, it's a lot of people out here, a lot of couples, a lot of single moms, man. They got a lot of credit card debt. They're making a decent income, but they got some credit card debt out here. And they're out here trying to figure it out on how to pay this stuff off. A lot of people are in positions, guys, to where they may have been without a job for a minute and they were floating themselves with their credit card. Coach B Walks, they play in this game where they moving balances from this card to that card for lower interest rate. Are y'all meeting these clients? Are y'all seeing these people? Man, they're like that. And so they're trying to find relief or some type of a light at the end of the tunnel or a plan. And I know this is not a part of the mobile F&A that we do, the wealth builder consultation, but this is a value add, Omar, that you can do for a client to just say, hey, look, man, I got a solution for you that can hopefully give you some peace of mind and also a debt freedom date if you follow this. And this is something that you can follow up with a client every 6 months. Hey, how are you doing on that debt? Now, this doesn't pay you any money, guys, but that's okay. That's okay because it's the right thing to do. This is not a commission. Nothing gets generated from this or anything like that. But I'm telling you right now, man, the seeds that you plant and the value that you give from doing this, it'll pay off in other ways that are immeasurable, right? Mom, talk to me.
So, I mean, in the long run, it can pay you money, right? Because what happened with one of my clients, she had a lot of credit cards. And she was a senior who was on retired, and she just didn't know she was going from this credit card, just like you said, using that to pay off that. But then she had some that was really less than $200. And when I did the plan for her, she was like, oh my God, and the difference in the years of when she could pay it off, like 2 years versus 20 years, right? If she continued doing it the way that the credit card told her to. And so she decided I did all of the credit cards except for one because one she definitely wanted to keep. I did the same thing because that's how you taught me. So she paid off those smaller ones the next month. And so I followed up with her the next month just to make sure she was enacting plan the way that we set it out to be. And she was confused. She was like, oh, I know you're going to get me. I know, don't, so I was like, no, let's just go over what you did. So I had to explain it to her and to the point where we had to like kind of, because she still wrote checks. She was writing out checks. She's like, and I broke the plan down to her again, how it was bringing the money over what she paid, right? Stacking the payment every month. And she was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do next month. I'm going to open up a pack because I want to save money. I can save money for my grandchildren. So it did help her to see that she really had the money once she really got her credit card debt under control. She saw where money could come through and she saw a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's another reason. I guess that kind of answers like tag on to what I guess what Omar was asking too. So it can be used for like you're sowing that seed, but you're also showing them and teaching them how they can still invest, right? In the long run, at the end of the tunnel, when they see that, oh, so it's a way of helping them to manage their money too.
That's awesome. Yeah. And to piggyback on what you said, Mom, is that, builds a lot of trust, with clients. A lot of, they love you. They have a lot of faith in you, because you're doing this, you're going an extra mile for them and stuff like that. I know Julie has done this with clients before, people that she's come across. April has, we've done it with a person that we met with just recently, and stuff like that. And so, man, it's just a cool thing to do. And then when you see like, dang, like, Jamel, who's on April's team, we did it for one of his clients also. Guys, like I just did it for a client. He just invested 190,000 with me, but he has a whole bunch of debt. And I was just talking to him today about some strategies to do with some things and how he was like, Nick, I'm not able to sleep at night. He's 55 years old. He's like, this keeps me up. And so y'all know stress is can kill people, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy has kids. He got a son that's still in the house. He got a wife. Like, so these stressors are in people's lives. I'm telling you right now, debt is smothering people. It is, man, especially with the rising cost of things and stuff like that. Folks bridging these gaps and trying to make ends meet. Man, they're using their credit cards to do a lot of this stuff. Taking money out of their 401k. Y'all seeing this stuff, man. That's what people are doing. And so if you can give folks a plan with that debt, it could be a game changer. Latrice, talk to us.
So I'm gonna play the new card a little bit. How do we fold this in to a new client conversation? somebody who might be a little hesitant, is that part of the mobile FNA? Like, how does this flow in terms of from here to there to there to there? Like, what does that look like?
It's a great question. The great thing is that when you do the B Dollar Smart survey, it asks them, do they have debts? It doesn't have them give the balance of their debts, but it has them check off, hey, do you have a mortgage? Do you have a car loan? Do you have credit card debts? And it has like space for, I think, maybe 3 credit cards, something like that. So when they answer that B Dollar Smart survey, the results of that survey will tell them, hey, you need a debt stacking solution. You possibly can benefit from a debt stacking solution. So going over the results of the survey with the client, it'll open up the conversation about that. And you can say, hey, listen, I noticed that you have some debts that you're trying to pay off, stuff like that. Would you be interested if I put together a debt elimination plan for you at no cost that can show you how to pay your debts off sooner, probably taking no additional money out of your pocket? No client is going to say, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. They're going to be like, yes, like, absolutely. I'm most definitely interested in that. You say, well, great. Well, once we go through your wealth builder consultation, we might schedule a follow-up meeting to do that, because you're going to have to get them to get their balances and all that thing. And sometimes it takes time for people to put that together. Let me tell you something though, teammates. People that are like serious about paying off their debt, they've been struggling with this debt. A lot of them already got a spreadsheet. Am I right, Julie? They already got a spreadsheet. Because they've been trying to 6 ways to Sunday figure out how they can make this thing go away. So they like, shoot, I can see you. I've had clients this year alone, about 2 of them say, I can see you the spreadsheet right now. They click it. Oh, what's your email? And they sending me that spreadsheet that night. And so, because they like, if you can help me get rid of this problem, this one, yes. Sean, no, Rahima, talk to me.
So I think you said it already, but it's been I guess it's been, or that it's been an uptick of this, right? But this is just a tool in the toolbox, right? You're not doing a debt stacking, especially this detailed level, with every client that you sit down with, right? This is a tool in the toolbox that you use based on results from B Dollar Smart, or based on, I really like Latrice said, if there's some like concern or hesitation there, you're using this as an answer to a problem to help somebody get some things done, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, that's good. And Nick, I just kind of wanted to add to, it's Jackie mentioned it. It was like, she's listening to the client. And you sometimes with some of them you have to start small. You just have to meet them where they are. So, just to tag on to what Latrice said and what Jackie said, you just meet them where they are. And then you'll find out like you're building that trust. And because I'm like this, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip. So if you start with them, I have one client actually, and I worked with her with the debt reduction, and so now she has that extra money that she's able to start investing, and so I got to follow up with her so we can start doing her pack. But so you just have to kind of listen and be in tune with your clients and see where they are, because some of them, they just need a budget before they can even get to this part. And then once they get to this, so it's just sometimes it's small steps.
Absolutely.
Also, let me say something real quick. Also, when you're doing the insurance needs, the DIMES calculation, you can kind of see right there where we're asking them about their debt as well. When you're talking about the revolving loans, the student loans, when you're going through all that, you can kind of see that as well. Kind of like Julia said, you listen to them. But when I hear someone saying we're talking about retirement, we're getting close to it, and I know, okay, well, they have some debt that we talked about on the DIMES calculation. When my mom got ready to retire, okay, we need to sit down. Because when you retire, you should have certain things paid off, right? So I need to make sure your car note is taken care of. You have all these small bills, these credit cards, because my mama loves QVC, right? And so because I know her personally, I could say those things. But you have clients, like Julia just said, listen to them, because they're telling you, and you've already seen like just a small glimpse of it even before B Dollar Smart. That's where I would know, okay, well, let me dive deeper, right? B Dollar Smart is a great tool to use, but just make sure you're listening to them, right? Because they're coming to you and you're the one, they think that you are the financial guru, you know it all. But a lot of people, more people recently, I'd say in the last year, are needing this, like the debt elimination program. They're looking into this more. They're talking about Dave Ramsey. I'm like, no, I don't need to talk about Dave Ramsey. I'm gonna show you what we do, but they're needing it. They're seeking someone to help them in that area a lot more than I feel like a few years ago. A lot of people need this now.
So Omar.
Yeah. And one funny story, just Sunday, I was in a room with a group of ladies and they were talking about debt and interest rates and all of that. And they start pulling out all these credit cards like they were playing cards. I mean, it was like, hey, I'll bet you one up. I got Macy's. I have JC Penney's. I mean, just wallets full of credit cards. So yeah, it's real. So sometimes it'll come to you, those situations will, present itself for you to be able to help someone.
Absolutely. Omar, you got a question or comment?
Yes, I got a comment. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, brother.
Yeah, I was just going to share also that part of creating value, as Latrice was asking, what does this fall in as far as the debt elimination? It's an extra value that we provide because we just not only help them build their wealth, right? Prepare a plan to build their wealth, but we also focus equally on the exit strategy, how to make sure they distribute the money when they retire, how to get out of debt, right? How to people that are closer to retirement, how do we factor the Social Security maybe or the minimum required distributions? So I think that's just a conversation with extra value that we provide as far as being a financial coach.
Facts. And one of the last comments I have on this, guys, is most people are driving their retirement. I ain't talking about driving as like they're pushing to, no, they're behind the wheel. Like they drive in their retirement. We know what I'm talking about because you got a lot of people that are out here. Most people retirement plan is being sent to Macy's. Their retirement is being sent to Citi, to Chase. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling y'all, if you look at that, what people are paying every month for consumer debt, and I ain't talking about the mortgage and stuff like that. I'm talking about what people drive, their car loans and stuff like that. Man, people are sending thousands upon thousands of dollars every month to these credit card people and these car loan people. And if they didn't have that and they invested that, they'd be financially independent. I had a client, this is true story. She was super transparent to me. I probably shouldn't be saying it. I'm going to say it. She said, Nick, man, I'm stressed. She's a professional sister, love her to death. She said, man, I got a weed habit. And she was like, I know it's bad, and I said, how much you spend on it a month? Sister said, I spend about $500 a month. I said, let me show you this financial calculator, which I'm going to go over next week. I said, sis, she was like, I'm stopping tomorrow.
You getting people off of drugs, Nick. You getting people off of drugs too.
Yeah, man. Look, you see, hey, April, you see the Holy Spirit is on me.
Yes, indeed.
Deliver them from the bad habits, Nick.
Yes, man. So look, man, look. Hey, sweetest sister too. Sweetest, I was shocked. I was like, for real? She was like, yes. I was like, so she's like, man, it's hard out here. But anyway, I said, try Jesus. Okay, here we go. But yes, teammates. This is just a tool, like Rahima said, in the toolbox. You're not a debt elimination expert. Don't go, this is for certain clients and things like that. You can add value, like Omar said, to what's going on, and it'll create an even deeper connection with that client, right? A deeper connection. Don't go doing no debt elimination workshops, guys. Don't do that. Y'all got me. Don't go do a budgeting workshop, right? Don't do that. You'll have people with so many bad spending habits, they'll wear you out. Talking about, can you get my budget together? And I'm like, and look, do not waste your time on that. Are y'all with me? Do this as a part of our main things. All right. I just want to throw that out there. Don't be asking me, Nick, I got a debt elimination workshop. Just saying like guys, that's not what You get with each person on an individual basis and you see who can benefit from it. And that's how you do that. All right. And so that's it. All right. So that's all I got. I'm going to upload the training. I still need to upload the training from last week. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do them both at the same time. I'm going to upload the trainings. They'll be out there for you guys to view. And man, we're going to have a good old time with these. And next week, we'll go over the financial calculator. Y'all with me? All right, cool.